Okay, thank you. Good morning together. Now we start with a combination of Ligenium and Christoph and me from Objective Partner. What we did, we tried to find a new way for load carrier, for the use of load carrier for great companies. Everybody of you knows load carrier? And we tried there to realize digital services to a physical product. And when we think about what's on with it, there are some problems of many companies of the discrete manufacturing field have. They're talking about lot size one. And the producement of one product as fast and as cheap as a serious product. They are talking about the speed to change the products, to change the behavior of the products, and to be able to fulfill the customer's wishes. Also the flexibility to change the product lines and everything what's in there. So that's what we're talking about, is the Industry 4.0, and also about the new service thinking. A change of a product thinking, so I'm selling a product, to, hey, I'm selling a service and a solution for my customer. In this way, the first question is, why should I do this? Yeah, and there are several points on it, but I think that's what you can read there. The main point is a really global competition you have. And the only point, or often the only point, to sell you a product is price. And the companies in China or in East Europe are producing them in the same quality, but for a cheaper price. So what you have to do, you have to go to a better service, a digital service, add on to your product, maybe a digital one, to be competitive. And also, you have what we see is the corona pandemic, the Ukraine war, and everything has an effect to our companies. What's really a problem? So we have to be flexible to react for these macroeconomic shifts. And therefore, we looked at the servitization of a product. We have 3 horizons for this servitization, and the first one, it's a normal product business. You are selling the product, and you are thinking about normal services which help you to sell the product. We support the customers with spare parts and with people who repair our products. But we're always thinking about selling the product. The next shift we have is we putting advanced services to our product. For example, at this example, for more for maintenance, for more convenience by knowing where the load carrier is. And the basis of these services are a digital twin. Not only a digital twin, maybe you know the name from asset administration shell. You have ever heard about it? Sure? Okay. Later on I'm coming to a slide where we explain what an asset administration shell is. That's the second horizon. The third horizon is to build a new business model. not only to sell the load carrier, to sell the service. Okay? Today, a company like BMW or Porsche is buying a load carrier to make the fulfillment to the production line. Maybe in 1 year, they're buying the service to transport the parts. And Christoph is paid for the transportation. Now he's paid for the load carrier, and later on Porsche is paying for the transport of one part. But what's next on it? And now we are there. In the middle we have the asset administration shell. The asset administration shell is the vision of making every part in the plant of a company a digital twin. Every machine, every product, every part which is installed in the product. And this as an administration shell or digital twin. And we use it for the load carrier. So every load carrier is an asset administration shell, and he's reachable in the whole company or in the whole world, like a network. And we have special data and software for a servitization model to realize it and to put special services on top of it. And what we use is a framework, Basis 4.0, from Fraunhofer. Okay, and when we use this, we are able to take the next part of an evolution. For example, Christoph is the manufacturing of the load carrier, and he's in contract with this customer. And he provides him with service maintenance and adaptation for reconstruction of the load carrier. And he also supplies him with a service platform. And this service platform enables the customer to take further use of the load carrier. And here, so we get really an evolution of the usage of the load carrier. And the next, and the next way, if we go into the new business model, to paying for the use of the load carrier, not for the load carrier, for the product, we have to think about Liquidität in English? Liquidity of our company, because we are not selling the product. Okay? I take the example from Porsche. Porsche has about 500 load carriers for transporting Motorhauben for the hood, motor hood. Thank you. For the Macan. One of the load carriers is about the cost of 2,500 euros, and they 1.25 million euros to buy the load carriers. Okay, that's the money for Christoph. He needs to produce the next load carriers. If he sells them for 7 years and he get paid for the use of the load carriers, the liquidity misses. So we need a financial market to realize this kind of business model. Next step. And here's how it works. When we start with Christoph by realizing this business model, and the ideas from service orientation. It was really necessary to start small, not big. You're not changing the whole company in one moment. So you're starting with your first idea and the first MVP, and you're going live with the MVP, and you start to learn how it works. So we're doing it for one customer, for one load carrier, and then we start with the next things. So the main idea is really start small and start fast and go live fast, learn, and then scale. Watch out. The watch out moment is for us really the business model. The changement of in the business model from a product company to a company which is more service oriented is really a great shift. But it's worth it. If you think about software companies who selling products and software companies who selling services, and what their what's their Aktienbewertung? Sorry. From asset as software as a service companies is about 20 to 40 points higher than normally product software product companies. So think about it, what it means for a normal product company when they do the shift in a service-oriented market. The next thing is the technology. Choose the right technology. It should be an open technology. It should be in standard. So that's why we choose BASIS. And from the Industry 4.0 foundation. So we are open. The mindset for your people in your company in the shift from selling products and selling one product and make a big deal to selling long-term contracts and to help to be a solution seller. And the last one, financing, so we talked about it. And the success story, now, Christoph, it's your time.
Okay, thank you, Michael. Yeah, I would like to introduce myself real quick again. My name is Christoph. I'm co-founder and CEO of Legenium. Maybe something to my background. I have a very long history of research and development in the mechanical industry. And the special thing what I did a lot of in research is to take wood in this field of branch. And I would like to show you what we are doing at Legenium and what are you doing with that. So on the left-hand side, you see a classic load carrier in the automotive industry. It's basically aluminum or steel. And on the right-hand side, you see the Legenium version. It's a bionic wood-based load carrier. And you see already the weight between these two load carriers. It's about 65% of weight savings. And it's a modular, pluggable design, so you can reuse it and maybe transform it for another parts. And you have a very big sustainability context in our load carriers. And in this case, just if you switch from steel or aluminum to wood, you have already 100% less CO2 footprint in the construction. And just to give you an example, what's the difference between these two load carriers? It's already 2 tons of CO2 just to switch from steel, aluminum to wood. So what's the first level from just building a load carrier to make the load carrier smart? So we need a lot of sensors in these load carriers. This step we will continue the next month and years. Then we need this digital twin, which Michael told us about. Then we need this cloud connection. And then what's very important for us, because all our customers are the automotive industry, we need this SAP integration. And on the left-hand side, you see a special, classic intralogistics transport trolley. It's for automotive industry, in this special case for the Taycan, for the Porsche Taycan and Zuffenhausen, just to transport the pedal from the commissioning area to the assembling line. And yeah, right now we are just produce these load carriers and sell them to the manufacturer. And what's pretty interesting is sometimes we take all the carriers back and then we redesign these carriers and then give it a second life cycle or more. So then Michael's knowledge is the asset administration shell and the digital twin, and then we have these 3 points what we would like to address in the combination. And a very interesting thing is this whole sustainability thing. I think everybody knows the Lieferketten-Sorgfaltspflichtgesetz. In English, it's supply chain due diligence law. I checked this morning. And I think this is a very huge problem from in 2025, that every manufacturer of products have to take care what's the CO2 footprint, not only in scope 1 and 2, and also in scope 3. And our load carriers, which provides or transport also parts from the supplier to the manufacturer, this is scope 3. And if we can make scope 3 transparent with load carriers in combination with smart sensing and IoT, then we can also give a better overview about the CO2 footprints, and we can also tell them how they can get better in the future. So, and now I would like to give Michael back because he is more expert in the digitalization.
So we talked about it. If you want to take a service to your product, the idea is start small in scale. We talked about it. So that what we're doing is, with Christoph, we take the best idea. We're thinking about ideas and we take the best one, and the first one was CO2 savings, and to make it possible to put the CO2 savings in the green ledger of the companies. We implement it very fast, and we try to have a go-to-market very fast, and to get back, to get feedback from the market, how we do it, and then we scale. So to go to the next way, I think Christoph, his stream is about generative design and manufacturing. So someone is able to show it a part, and automatically the load carrier is built. Yeah, and you have everything: the price for the load carrier, pay-as-you-go model, and everything you want. So next level evolution in the new business model. We think we get more efficiency for this. We get a monetization of an installed base. So the installed base argument is one of the strongest arguments for me for building a service model. So not only earning money by selling the products, thinking about earning money with all your products that you have in the field. Yeah. The higher availability, better CO2 balance, and he's really on the competitive edge. Okay. Not only the price is the argument to buy the load carriers from Ligenium, it's all about the service, it's about the CO2, and it's about the business model. So that's the last words, and what's up with the next guy?